And the dining room.
Oh, boy.
See how these rooms were designed to catch the early morning light?
I'll say.
French doors, lovely garden, flowering crabs. Do you like gardening?
Used to.
Imagine having a long, leisurely breakfast in here.
I mean, as opposed to instant coffee on American Airlines?
Exactly. Oh, you know, this is a room after my own heart. I grew up in a dining room just like this, same sort of furniture, everything.
So did I.
Well, then here we are. Welcome home.
What'd you say they're asking again?
Make an offer. I think they'll come down.
Trouble is, we'll never use this room.
Oh, no.
We won't. Last two places we lived in, my wife used the dining room table to sort laundry.
Oh, dear.
Maybe you'd better show me something more contemporary.
Well, that means something farther out. How long has it got to find you a home?
One day,
And how long will the corporation keep you here after we found it?
6 months to a year.
Well, then definitely we should look farther out. You can look at the kitchen as we leave.
You shouldn't have shown me this place first.
Oh, well, I thought it was something to go by.
You spoiled everything else.
Oh, no, we'll find you something if we've got all day. Oh, but wasn't it a lovely room?
Let's go, or I'll buy it.
The dining room.
Yes.
Notice how we gravitate right to this room?
I know it.
Are you sure Mother doesn't want this stuff in Florida?
Well, she hardly has room for the stuff she's got. She wants us to take turns without fighting.
Well, we'll have to draw lots then.
Well, unless one of us wants something and one of us doesn't.
But we have to do it today, Sal.
Well, do you think that's enough time to divide up a whole house?
I've got to get back. Look, we'll draw lots and then take turns going through the room. We'll use the salt spoon. Here. Look, pick a hand. You get the spoon, you get the dining room.
You mean you want to start here?
We have to start somewhere.
You mean you want the dining room?
Yeah.
Well, what happened to the stuff you had?
Jane took it. It was part of the settlement.
If you win, where will you put it?
It's my problem, Sal.
I thought you had a tiny apartment.
I'll find a place.
I mean, your children won't want it.
No, probably not.
Well, then where on earth...
Come on, Sal, would you just choose? You don't want it.
Well, of course I want
You
it.
already have a perfectly good dining room.
Oh, not like this.
Oh, you mean you want two dining rooms?
Well, I give our old stuff to Debbie.
To Debbie?
She's our oldest
But does
child.
Debbie even want a dining room
might.
in a condominium?
She might.
In Denver?
She just might, Arthur.
I don't want to fight. Which hand?
Are you planning to put it in storage?
I might.
Because I checked on that across an arm and a leg.
So does shipping it to Denver.
Good morning, Annie.
Yeah, I know what will happen if you win.
What?
You'll end up selling it.
Selling
That's
it?
what'll happen. Oh, it'll kick around for a while, and then you'll end up calling a furniture
I'm
dealer.
absolutely amazed you would say
I don't
that
want
to me.
to fight, Arthur.
Neither do I. Maybe we should just defer the dining
Maybe
room.
we should. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Annie.
Selling the dining room. Is that what you told Mother
Well,
I'd do?
I told her I'd give you the piano if I could have the dining room.
I'll be lucky if I can even keep the spoon.
Well, I'll give you the piano and the coffee table if I could have the dining room.
Annie,
Yes, sir.
did I find a seed in my orange juice yesterday morning?
I strained it, sir.
Oh, well, I'm sure you did. Nonetheless, I think I may have detected a small seed.
I'll strain it twice, sir.
Seeds can wreak havoc with the digestion, Annie.
Yes, sir.
They can take root and grow.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Daddy,
Yes, good morning, Lizzie Boo.
Daddy, could Charlie and me, could we...
Charlie and I.
Charlie and I, could we come out here and sit with you while you have your breakfast?
You certainly may, provided, I said provided, that you sit quietly and don't lean back in your chairs. And no fighting or arguing. I said you may.
Good morning, Daddy.
Good morning.
Morning, Dad.
Here's your cream, sir.
Thank you. Put it down. Thank you, Annie.
Dad? When do we get to have fresh cream on our shredded wheat?
When you grow up, that's when.
I'll tell you both one thing. If there's a war going on, no one gets any fresh cream. If there's a war, we'll all settle for the top of the bottle.
Mother said that she was thinking about having us eat dinner here with you every night.
Yes, your mother and I are both thinking about it, and we're both looking forward to it. As soon as you children learn to sit up straight, then I see no reason why we shouldn't all enjoy a fine meal every evening.
Can we try it tonight, Dad? Could you give us a
No,
test?
Charlie, not tonight, because tonight your mother and I are giving a small dinner party. But I hope very much that you and Liz will come down and shake hands.
I get so shy, Dad.
You'll have to learn then, sweetie pie. The half of life is learning to meet people.
Well, what's the other half, Dad?
Was that a crack?
No, Dad, it was...
That was a crack, wasn't it?
No, Dad,
That sounded very much like a smart guy wise crack to me. And people who make cracks like that don't normally eat in the dining room.
I didn't mean it as a crack, Dad.
Then we'll ignore it and go on with our breakfast.
Your car's here, Lizzie.
Okay.
School.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Annie. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, sit quietly in the car now, all right? Oh, and say good morning to the driver. Oh, and work hard today. Go.
Dad? Can I read the funnies?
Well, certainly. Certainly you may. This won't mean a thing to you, but the government is systematically ruining this country.
Well, Miss Kelly told us about the government.
Oh, really? And who is Miss Kelly, pray tell?
She's my teacher.
I don't remember any Miss Kelly.
Well, she's new, Dad.
I see, and exactly what has she been telling you?
Well, she says there's a war going on.
Mm-hmm.
And people are standing in line for bread.
I see.
And the government has to step in and do something.
Annie,
Yes, sir.
I'd very much like some more coffee now.
Yes, sir.
You just tell Miss Kelly she's wrong.
Why?
I'll tell you exactly why. Because if the government keeps on handing out money, no one will want to work. And if no one wants to work, then there won't be anyone around to support such things as private schools. And if no one is supporting private schools, then Miss Kelly will be in those bread lines along with everyone else. You just tell Miss Kelly that if you please. Thank you, Anne.
You're welcome, sir.
Dad? Could we leave a little bit early today?
We'll leave when we always leave.
But I'm always late, Dad.
Nonsense.
I am, Dad. Yesterday when I walked in, they were already singing the hymn.
A minute or two late, never hurt anyone.
But everyone looked at me, Dad.
Then tell them to concentrate on their hymns.
Oh, I can't.
It's that new stoplight on Richmond Avenue. I tell you, it affects our time.
No, it's not just the new stop. It's not just the new stoplight, Dad. Sometimes I walk in, they're already doing arithmetic. Miss Kelly says I need to learn to be punctual.
Miss Kelly again, huh?
Well, she says that if everyone was late, no one would ever learn any mathematics.
Now, I want you to listen to me very carefully, Charlie. Miss Kelly may be an excellent teacher. No, her factoring may be flawless, her geography beyond question. But Miss Kelly does not teach us politics, nor does she teach us how to run our lives. She is not going to tell you or me to leave in the middle of a pleasant breakfast so we can arrive and get caught in the bulk of the morning traffic so you can arrive in time for some silly hymn. Long after you've forgotten that hymn, long after you've forgotten how to factor, and long after you've forgotten Miss Kelly, you will remember these pleasant breakfasts around our dining room table. Oh. Look, here is your lovely mother to prove it.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
I know people who leap to their feet when a beautiful woman enters
That's
the
all
room.
right, dear.
I also know people who are quick to push in their mother's chairs.
Thank you, dear.
Finally, I do know people who rush to give their mother the second section of the morning paper.
Here, Mom.
Thank you, dear.
Now, Charlie, take a moment, if you would. Look at your lovely mother, bathed in the morning sunlight and reflected over our dining room table.
Russell.
Go ahead, Charlie, get a good look. And then I want you to ask yourself something very carefully. Which is worth our ultimate attention? Your mother or Miss Kelly?
Who is Miss Kelly?
Never mind, dear. Which is it, Charlie?
My mother.
Very good. Now, I think you and I should make a small trip upstairs before we say goodbye and are on our way.
Good morning, Annie.
Good morning, Mrs.
Tell Irma I'll have poached eggs this morning, Annie.
Yes, Mrs.
Hey,
Oh, I thought you'd gone.
I forgot my briefcase. What's going on?
Oh, I have to get this term paper done.
In here?
Where else?
You're going to type.
Well, of course I'm gonna type.
In here at that table?
Why not?
You're going to sit there banging a typewriter on my family's dining room table?
Why not?
Because it wasn't designed for it, that's why.
Oh.
Lucky thing I came home. Next thing you'll be feeding the dog from our low South China.
It's got rubber pads under it. I tacked. Well, I'll get something else if you like.
You're going to use those placements?
Yeah, I thought I would.
Those
yes.
are good placements.
Well, we haven't used them in 10 years.
Those are extremely good placemats, Ellie. Mother got those in Italy.
I'll use these then. Mind if I use these? We put pots on them. Surely we can put a typewriter.
Yes, Mrs. I wonder if anything may have happened to my poached eggs this morning, Annie.
Irma's cooking 2 more, Mrs.
2 more.
The first one slid off the plate when she was buttering the toast.
Is she drinking again, Annie?
No, Mrs.
Tell me the truth.
I don't think so, Mrs.
I'd better go see. Honestly, Annie, a simple question of 2 little poached eggs. You know, sometimes I think it's almost better if we just do things ourselves.
Yes, Mrs.
Don't you have a plane to catch? You know, it's kind of hard to work with your husband hovering over you like a helicopter.
Well, it's kind of hard to leave when your wife is systematically mutilating the dining room table.
Oh, be careful, Howard. I swear. Now, goodbye.
Couldn't you please work somewhere else?
I'd like to know where, please.
Well, what's wrong with the kitchen table?
Oh, it doesn't work, Howard. Last time the kids got peanut butter all over my footnotes.
Set up the bridge table in the living room.
I'd only have to take it down every time you and the boys wanted to watch a football game.
You mean you're going to leave all that stuff there?
I thought I would, yes.
All that shit all over the dining room?
It's a term paper, Howard, and it's crucial for my degree.
You mean you're going to commandeer the dining room for the rest of the term?
It just sits here, Howard. It's never used.
What if we should want to have a dinner party?
Since when have we had a dinner party?
Well, what if we should want to have a few people over, for Christ's
Well, we
sake?
can eat in the kitchen.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody does these
That doesn't make it right.
Let me get this done, Howard. Let me get a good grade and my master's degree so I can get a good job and be out of here every day.
Fine. What the hell? Why don't I turn it into a tool room every night?
Why did you tell Bilger to wake me up this morning,
Let
Mother?
me finish this grocery list.
I mean, it's Saturday, Mother.
There. I know it's Saturday, darling, and I apologize, but, well, something has come up and I want you to make a little decision.
What decision?
Start your breakfast, dear. No one can think on an empty stomach. Now, guess who telephoned this morning?
Who?
Your Aunt Martha.
Oh, I love her.
So do I, but the poor thing hasn't got enough to do, so she was on the telephone at the crack of dawn.
What'd she want?
Well, now, here's the thing. She's got an extra ticket for the theater tonight, and she wants you to join her.
Well, sure.
Now, wait till I finish, dear. Well, I told her it was your decision, of course, but I thought that you had other plans.
What other plans?
Now, think, darling, isn't there something rather special going on in your life this evening?
Oh,
Am I right or am I right?
dancing school.
Shit. Not dancing school, sweetheart. The first session of the junior assemblies, which is a big step beyond dancing
I
school.
just cannot work in this place. It's like a tomb.
Now, I told your Aunt Martha that you would call her right back so she could drum up someone else, huh?
I thought it was my decision.
Well, it is, sweetheart, of course.
Well, then I'd like to go see a play with Aunt Martha.
Carolyn, well, don't you think you're being just a little impulsive this morning? I mean, you don't even know what the play is.
Well, what is it then?
Well, it happens to be a very talky play called St. Joan.
Oh, we read that in school. I want to go all the more.
But it's the road company, sweetheart. It doesn't even have a Catherine Cornell.
I'd still like to go.
To some endless play with your maiden aunt?
She's my favorite person.
Well, go then if it's that important to you.
All right, I'll call her right now.
Carolyn, you realize, of course, that at the first junior assemblies, well, everyone gets acquainted.
Really?
Oh, heavens, yes! It starts the whole thing off on the right foot.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, it's like the first day of school. You know, once you miss, you can never catch up.
Gosh.
You see, huh? You see why we shouldn't make hasty decisions, huh?
Well, maybe I won't go at all then.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, maybe I'll skip all the junior assembly.
Oh, don't be silly.
Well, I don't like dancing school anyways.
Carolyn.
Well, I don't. I've never liked it. I'm bigger than half the boys. I never know what to say, and I'm a terrible dancer. Well, last year I spent half the time in the ladies' room.
Oh, that is nonsense.
Well, it's true, Mother. I hate dancing school. I don't know why I have to go. St. Joan wouldn't go to dancing school in a million years.
Yes, and look what happened to St. Joan.
I don't care. I've made up my mind.
Well, your Aunt Martha seems to have caused a little trouble around here this morning.
Maybe.
Your Aunt Martha seems to have opened up a whole can of worms.
Well, I'm glad she did.
All right, then. And how do you propose to spend your other Saturday nights? I mean, when there's no Aunt Martha and no St. Joan and all of your friends are having the time of their lives at junior assemblies?
I'll do something.
Such as what? Hanging around here listening to that stupid hit parade bothering the maids when we're planning to have a party?
I'll do something, Mother.
Well, you're obviously not old enough to make an intelligent decision.
Oh, I knew you wouldn't let me decide.
All right, then, decide.
Fine, I'd like to
But
see a
before
play.
you do, I'd like to tell you a very short story about your Aunt Martha, who also made a little decision when she was about your age. Well, she decided, and if you breathe one word of this, I swear I'll strangle you. She decided that she was in love with her riding master. So she threw everything up and ran off with him to Taos, New Mexico, where your father had to track her down and drag her back. But it was too late, Carolyn. Well, she had been overstimulated. And from that day on, she refused to join the workday world. Well, there it is, in a nutshell. So you think about that while I'm ordering the groceries and decide.
I've decided, Mother.
Well, good. I hope you've come to your senses.
I've decided to talk to Aunt Martha.
You've got a dentist appointment, Carolyn. You've got riding lessons at noon. No, we'll skip the riding lessons for Carolyn. Carolyn!
Oh, Michael, you scared me out of my skin.
Well, I wanted to.
Your mother said you were sick this morning.
Oh, I was. Oh, I am.
So sick you couldn't go to school.
Oh, I am, Aggie. I up-chucked twice.
Well, then you get right straight back up to bed.
How come you didn't do my room yet?
Because I thought you were sleeping.
I was just lying there, Ag, waiting for you.
Well, I got more work to do now since Ida left. I got the silver, I got the downstairs lavatory, I got all the beds besides.
My mother says you want to leave us.
Oh, where did she say that?
Last Thursday on your day off, when she was cooking dinner, she said, now there's a war going on, you're looking for a job with more money. Is that true, Ag?
Maybe.
Well, you know, money isn't everything, Aggie.
Oh, listen to him now.
Oh, it's not. You can be rich as a king and still be miserable. Well, here, look at my Uncle Paul. Now, he's as rich as Croesus, and yet he's drinking himself into oblivion.
Well, what do you know about all that?
Oh, I eat at the dining room table now. I listen. I know my Uncle Paul's drinking himself into oblivion, and Mrs. Williams has a tipped uterus.
Oh, now, stop that talk.
Well, it's true, Ag, and it proves that money isn't everything, so you don't have to leave us.
It isn't just the money, darling.
And what is it, Ag? Don't you like us anymore?
Oh, Michael.
No, don't you like our family?
Mikey.
You're not mad at me for peeking at you in the bathtub, are you?
You stop that.
Well, then what is it, Ag? I mean, how come you're just leaving us?
Because I don't want to do domestic service no more.
Why?
Because I don't like it no more, Mike.
Oh, well, that's because Ida left me and you've got too much work to do now.
No, darling.
Well, no, Ag, I'll help you. I swear. I'll pick up my towel and I'll make my bed and I'll be a lot more careful when I pee.
Lord love you, love.
No, I'm serious. And I'll tell my parents not to have so many dinner parties and I'll tell them to give you all day off Sunday.
No, darling, no.
I'm being serious, Ag.
I know, darling.
Okay, let's measure this out. We'll get there.
Well, when will you be going then?
As soon as your mother finds someone else.
Well, she can't find anyone, Aggie.
She will.
No, she can't. She says they keep showing up with dirty fingernails and dyed hair.
25 feet 2 inches.
Fine room.
Big room.
So you gotta stay, Ag. I mean, you don't just leave people in the lurch.
Look at those French doors.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm also thinking about heat loss. Measure this.
I'll stay till you go away for the summer.
7 feet 4 inches.
You gonna get married, Ag?
Maybe.
You gonna have kids? Sure you will. You'll have a little boy all of your own.
Hold it tight now.
Will you come back and visit?
Oh my, yes.
No, you won't, Ag.
No, I will surely.
No, you won't, Ag. You're never gonna come back and I'm never gonna see you again, ever.
14 feet 2 inches.
Come here, Michael.
No.
Come here, give Aggie a big hug.
No, why should I? No.
Just a little squeeze for old time's sake.
No, go hug your own kids, Agnes. I've got work to do, all right? I'm missing a whole day of school.
Michael!
Well, there's your dining room, Doctor.
There it is.
Big room, light room, commodious room.
One of the reasons we bought the house.
And one of the reasons we should consider breaking it up.
Breaking it up.
Now, bear with me. What say we turn this room into an office for you and waiting room for your patients?
I thought we were going to open up those maids' rooms on the 3rd floor.
Now, hold on, relax. Look, the patient trusts the psychiatrist, doesn't he? Why can't the psychiatrist trust the architect, huh? Look, right here, here's a ground plan for your house. And here with these approximate dimensions is the dining room.
I see.
Now suppose, just suppose we were to slam a beam in here, break through here, get rid of that, blast out this and this, and throw out that. What have we got now?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, we don't have a dining room anymore. That's what we don't have.
But where would we eat?
Oh, here, right here. I'm going to put it in an eating area. Look, there's the fridge, cooking unit, Cuisinart, butcher block table, chrome chairs. Look at the space, the flow. Wife cooks, kids set the table, you stack the dishes. Democracy at work right here in your own home. Look, let's review your day. You come down for breakfast. Everybody's fixing his or her own thing. Eggs, cornflakes, Pop-Tarts, whatever. You eat, chat, read the paper, say goodbye, and come in here to work. You have a nurse or receptionist?
No, I'm just a humble shrink.
Okay, fine. So you come in here to your reception room and straighten the magazines on a table here. Maybe add your newspaper to the pile. Then you go through the soundproof doors into your office. turn on the stereo console here, take a book from the wall unit here, then settle behind your desk module here. You sit, you read, you listen to music, soon buzz, patient arrives. Set aside your book, turn off the music, and buzz him in through the soundproof door. He lies down on the sofa here, tells you his dreams. You look out the window here, he leaves, you write him up, buzz in the next. Soon it's time for lunch. So you come back in here, have lunch with the wife, maybe one of the kids, stroll back in here for a nap. Yeah, more buzzes, more patience. Before you know it, it's time for a good, easy, cooperative supper with the family.
But not in the dining room.
No, not in the dining room.
This room, it has such resonance.
So does the church. Does that mean we have to live in it? Look, I know whereof I speak. I grew up in a room like this.
Oh, yes?
Oh, sure, this is home turf to me.
Really?
Oh, yeah, my father sat in a chair just like this. And my mother sat there, my sister there, and I sat right here. It all comes back to me.
You want to tell me about it?
Well, it was torture, that's all. Those endless meals, waiting for them to begin, waiting for dessert, waiting to be excused so that they couldn't lean on you anymore.
Was it that bad?
It was torture. I remember one time I came to the table without washing my hands, and my father...
Go on.
Never mind. The point is, Doctor, it's time to get rid of this room. Let me tell you frankly, I'm not interested in screwing around with any more maid's rooms, okay? I can do that in my sleep. What I want is a chance to get in here, so I can open up your whole ground floor. What do you say?
I'll have to think about it.
Okay. Fine. Tell you what, in the meantime, I can send you my bill for the work I've done so far.
Well, good. And I'll send you mine.
What? Hey, wait a minute.
All right, children, we're ready.
Yay!
Children, this is a dining room, not the monkey house at the zoo. All right, then, I guess I'll just have to tell Roberta in the kitchen to put away all the cake and ice cream. That's better. Now I want everyone to leave the table quietly. And go back out into the hallway and turn around. Very funny. Go out, turn around, and come back in. Come back in as if you were your mummies and daddies coming into a lovely dinner party. Very.
Mommy!
Oh, no.
Mommy,
Let Winky go first. That's enough. It's her birthday and she's the hostess, huh? Okay, Winky, now you sit here. Okay. And Brewster, you sit here. And Sandra there, and Billy there. It should be boy, girl. Exactly. Now, what do we do with our napkins? Very good. We unfold them, yes, and we tuck them under our chins, huh? And then what do we do with our party?
Oh, can the boys wear their hats in the house?
Yes, they can, because this is a special occasion, and sometimes on special occasions, how the rules can change.
Yeah, no rules!
I said sometimes, I meant some of the rules, huh?
There's my daddy!
Where, Billy? Hi.
Hi.
Well, what brings you here?
Have to pick up Bill.
I thought Judy was picking him up.
She asked me to.
Well, you're a little early. We haven't had our cake.
She's set to be early.
I can't get mine to work.
Oh, help her, Brewster. Little boys are supposed to help little girls, huh?
Where's Frank?
Playing golf. Where else?
On Winky's birthday?
Don't get me started, please.
Can we have the ice cream, Mama?
In a minute here, be patient. Huh? Then you'll have something to look forward to, huh?
Judy must have known he'd be playing golf.
Judy knows everything.
Well, she knows about us at least.
About us? How?
She said she could tell by the way we behaved.
Behaved
At the
where?
Bramwell's dinner party?
We hardly spoke to
That's
each
how
other.
she could tell.
We want ice
They want ice cream.
She says she'll fight it tooth and nail.
Fight what? We haven't done
She
anything.
wants to nip it in the butt.
All right, children, you win. Roberta's very busy in the kitchen because she's also having a dinner party tonight. So who would like to help bring things out? Oh, I'll tell you what. Okay, Billy, you can bring out the ice cream. And Sandra, you can bring out the cake, please. Okay, be careful. Don't run. Oh, be polite to the artist. She's very busy. Oh, Brewster and Winky, well, you'll have other responsibilities. For instance, Brewster.
What?
When Billy and Sandra reappear through that door, well, what will you do?
I know. We sing the song.
Good, Brewster. Now be very quiet. Keep your eye on that door, and soon as they come out, you guys start singing, okay? So what do you do?
She says she's thinking of telling her father.
Her father?
He'd fire me immediately.
So what if he did?
Well, I'd be out of a job, Peggy.
Well, you could get another.
Where? Doing what?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Winky. Happy birthday to you.
Wait, sweetheart, before you blow out the candles, you have to make a wish. And Mommy has to make a wish. See, Mommy's putting her wedding ring around one of the candles. Now, we both close our eyes and make a wish.
I wish I
No,
could.
but don't tell, sweetheart. If you tell, the wish won't come true, huh? Now, close your eyes and blow. All right, now, Winky, will you cut the cake and give everyone a piece? Fine, Brewster, you pass out the ice cream, huh?
So what did you wish for?
I won't
Do
tell.
you think it will come true?
No.
She'd make it so messy for everybody.
Judy?
She'd make it impossible.
Oh, so would Frank.
I thought he didn't care.
Oh, he'd care if it were messy.
We could just leave town.
Go where?
Wherever I could find another job.
Yes.
I've got an uncle in Syracuse.
Syracuse?
I could live there.
Is it nice, Syracuse?
I think it's on some lake.
Syracuse.
You'd have Winky, I'd have Bill in the summer.
In Syracuse.
Yeah, at least we'd be free.
Oh, Winky, wipe your mouth, please.
Billy, come here a minute, please.
What?
Do you have to go to the bathroom?
No.
Then don't do that, please.
Don't do what?
You know what.
Oh.
Now go back and enjoy the park.
I quit it.
Sorry.
Here.
Well, who didn't?
I mean, to pick up steaks?
I know.
Oh, this is where I live.
Ooh. Just have to behave ourselves then.
Oh, Ted.
Be good little children.
Oh, I can't stand it.
And if we're seated next to each other at a dinner party, we'll just have to make a conscious effort.
But we won't be seated next to each other. Judy will see to that.
For a while, anyway.
Quite a while.
Everybody's finished, Mommy.
Oh,
Here's your ring from the
Thank
cake.
you, sweetheart. I forgot all about it.
Time to go then?
I planned some games.
Want me to stay?
Oh, it would help.
Then I'll stay.
All right, children, into the living room for some games.
What kind of game?
Oh, all sorts of games. Pin the tail on the donkey, blind man's bluff.
I'll get them started.
Oh, would you appease Roberta?
I'll be the donkey.
Oh, stop.
I'll be the ass.
Stop.
Come on, Mommy, everybody's ready.
Okay, sweetheart.
Grandpa? Which one are you?
Well, I'm Nick, Graham.
And what do you want?
Oh, I came to have lunch with you today.
Well, then you're late.
Well, I know, but I went down to the club.
Who said I'd be at the club?
My parents. My parents said you always eat at the club.
Well, lately I've been coming home.
Yes, sir.
Don't know half the people at the club anymore. Dora takes care of me, don't you, Dora?
Yes, sir.
Well, you tracked me down anyway. That shows some enterprise. Bring him some lunch, Dora.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Grant. So, you're Nick, eh?
Yeah, I am.
You're the one who wants to go to Europe this summer?
No, that's my cousin Mary, Gramps.
You're the one who wants the automobile? Says he can't go to college without an automobile?
No, you're thinking of my brother Tony.
And what do you want?
I don't want anything. I just thought I'd come down.
Everybody who sits down here with me wants something. Usually it's money. Do you want money?
Yes, sir.
For what?
Well, it's for my education, Graham.
Education, that's a good thing. Or it can be. It doesn't have to be. It can be a bad thing. Where do you want to be educated?
It's St. Luke's School in Litchfield, Connecticut.
Never heard of it.
It's supposed to be an excellent boarding school for boys.
Is it Catholic?
I don't think so.
It sounds Catholic to me.
No, it's high Episcopalian, Graham.
Well, then it's expensive.
Yeah, but my parents think it's a first-rate school.
Your parents think.
Right, see, they looked at all the boarding schools and decided that this one is the best one for me.
They decided, eh?
Yes, sir.
And then they decided that you should get your grandfather to pay for it. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Another one leaving the nest, Dora.
Yes, sir.
And taking a piece of the nest egg.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you stay home?
Me?
You?
Because I want to broaden myself.
You want to what?
I want to broaden my horizons. My horizons need broadening.
I see.
And I'll meet all kinds of interesting new friends.
Don't you have any interesting friends here?
Sure, but not the type I can
Well, I
meet.
have interesting friends right here. I know a man who makes boats in his basement.
Oh, right.
And I know a man who plays golf with his wife.
Right, but what I'm saying is I'm going to meet people from all over the country. I mean, New York and California.
Why would you want to meet anyone from New York?
Well, they're more sophisticated. They're going to buff me up.
They're gonna what?
My mother thinks I need buffing up.
Do you think he needs a buffing up, Dora?
No, sir.
Well, Dora doesn't think you need buffing up. I don't think you need buffing up. You're gonna have to give us some better reasons.
Well, they have advanced Latin there.
And?
And an indoor hockey rink.
I see. And
beautiful grounds and surroundings.
don't we? Don't we have beautiful surroundings? Why do we always have to go away to have beautiful surroundings?
I don't know, but what I do know is that everyone is going away these days.
Everyone's going away? You hear that, Dora? Everyone's going away.
An awful lot of people are going away these days.
I didn't go away. I didn't even go to Country Day. Went to old PS 36 down on Huron Street.
Right, you told me.
I didn't finish either. My father died, and I had to go to work. Had to support my mother.
I know, but Grandpa...
And my father, he never went to school at all. Learned Greek at the plow. I didn't do so badly either without a high Episcopal boarding school and an indoor hockey rink.
Yeah, but see, you're a self-made man, Grant.
Oh, is that what I am? Don't you want to be self-made? Or you want other people to make you? Huh? What have you got to say to that?
I don't know.
Everyone's going away. Me, I went away twice. Took 2 vacations in my whole life. First time I took a week off from work to marry your grandmother. Went to Hot Springs, Virginia. Bought this table. Second vacation, Europe. 1928. Again with your grandmother. I hated that place. I knew I would. Miserable meals. Took along a trunk load of shredded wheat. Came back when it ran out. Back to this table. They're all leaving us, Dora. Scattering like birds.
Yes, sir.
for small potatoes these days.
Yes, sir.
This one wants to go to one of those fancy New England boarding schools and play ice hockey indoors with that crowd from Long Island and Philadelphia. He'll come back talking like he's got marbles in his mouth. We won't understand a word he says.
No, sir.
And we won't ever see him. He'll go visiting in New York and Baltimore and drink liquor in the afternoons and spend his time with women who wear lipstick and trousers and whose only thought is the next dance. And he wants me to pay for the whole thing. Am I right?
No. No, Grandpa, no, you are wrong. See, I never wanted to go away in the first place. See, I want to stay home here with all of you.
Now you finish your greens. They're good for your lower intestine. No. You go. You've got to go. I'll send you to St. Whoosies and Betsy to Miss Whatsies and young Andy to whatever that's called. And Mary can go on to Europe and Tony can have his car. And it's all fine and dandy. Go on, all of you. Enjoy yourselves. Travel, see the world. It's bound to happen. You know who'll be sitting here when you come back? Who'll be sitting right there in that chair? Some Irish fellow. Some Jewish gentleman will be sitting right there in that same chair, saying the exact same thing to his grandson. Your grandson? He'll be back at the plow. Come to think of it, that won't be such a bad thing, will it, Dora?
No, sir. Well, go on, hurry, bring him his checkbook before he falls asleep.
Right.
Well, what do you think?
You're in trouble.
Oh, dear, I knew it.
It's coming unglued.
I know the feeling.
It's coming apart at the seams.
Do you think it's hopeless?
Let me check the table.
Oh, it shakes very badly. I had a few friends over the other night, and every time we tried to cut our chicken, our water glasses started tinkling frantically. And the chairs, they creaked and groaned. It was like having dinner at Pompeii.
I'm checking the joints under here.
It's all very sad. How things fall apart and run down. I used to tell my husband, my ex-husband, we have such lovely old things. We should oil them. We should wax them. We should keep them up. But of course, he wouldn't do anything, and I couldn't do everything. And now here you are to give us the coup de grace.
Hey, look at this.
What?
Look under here.
Oh, I don't dare.
I'm serious. Look.
Right. Wait till I put on my glasses.
Under here. See this support? See how loose this is?
Where? I can't.
Come
quite-
on.
All right.
See this? See this support?
Oh, I see. It wiggles like mad.
Yeah, and look over here. See? This is gone. Have to put in a whole new piece over here. It's gone.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
excuse me.
Oh.
This pedestal is loose. Probably needs a new dowel. Have to ream it out and put in another.
You think so?
Oh, sure. In fact, your whole dining room needs to be re-screwed, re-glued, and renewed.
Huh.
What's the matter?
I've never been under a table before.
Is that right?
It's all just wood under here, isn't it?
That's all it is.
I mean, you'd think a dining room table was something special, but it isn't underneath. It's just wood. It's just a couple of big wide boards.
That's right.
Oh. Oh, what is this over here?
What's what?
Well, you have to come back under here to see. There's
Where?
Right here. There's some writing burned into the wood.
Oh, yeah.
Freeman's Furniture, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, 1898.
Oh, that's the manufacturer's mark.
1898?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Well, that's not so old.
Not if it was made in 1898.
That's not old at all. It's not even an antique. It's just American.
Well, there's a lot of these around. They were cranking them out at the end of the 19th century.
Huh. Now, aren't I dumb? For years, we've been thinking it's terribly valuable.
Well, it is in a sense. It's well made. It's a solid, serviceable copy based on the English.
Well, I'll be darned. You learn something every day. You know a lot about furniture, don't you?
I'm beginning to.
Beginning to. I bet your father was a cabinet maker or
My
something.
father was a banker.
A banker?
And I was a stockbroker until I got into this.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh, sure. I decided I wanted to see what I was doing, to touch the results, you know? So I took up carpentry.
I'm amazed. I mean, I know some stockbrokers. Was this the sprinkler job?
Yeah, that's the one.
What if you put a nail in here?
Not a nail. A screw.
All right. And another one over here.
They make these epoxy glues now.
Oh, all right. And what if you crammed a matchbook or something over
Not
here?
a matchbook.
Well, a wedge then, a wooden wedge.
All right, good idea.
See, I can do it too. So, well, will you be taking the table away, or can you fix it here?
I can fix it here if you like.
Oh, that might make more sense. My husband used to ask for written estimates, materials, and labor.
I'll write one up for you.
Well, suppose I helped on the labor.
I've never worked that way.
Oh, I should learn. I shouldn't be so helpless.
Okay.
Oh, besides,
Why not?
It's not an antique. If I make a mistake, it isn't the end of the world, right?
Not at all.
Oh. Well, then, when can we start?
Today? Now, if you like.
All right. And we're a partnership, aren't we? We should have a drink to celebrate.
Okay.
How about something snappy, like a martini?
No, I gave those up with the stock market. How about a beer?
Oh, beer. Fine idea. Good, solid beer, if I've got it.
I've got the plates, Mrs. Driscoll. You've got your hands full with that turkey.
Yeah, one more plate. One more drink break. Oh, what do you say? You saying I'm with my wife? It's pretty close. Hey, Ben, how much? No. Ben, how much games left? Oh, they're on 2 and 3. What? Oh, one more. Football. I don't get it. No, never. I never did. Mother wasn't wrong with that one. Okay, back to class. Up to you. It's time to go in. Nancy's been in the kitchen all day. At least you can do it. Tape it.
All right, come on in. We're ready.
Okay, come on, Ben. It goes off now. Okay, come on out. Hey, I've got somebody to turn the TV off.
Come on, Mama, let's eat.
Okay. Look at that table, Mother. Isn't that great? All right, okay. Now, Mother, I want you to sit next to me. And Fred, why don't you sit on Mother's right? And Ben, sit opposite her where she can see you. And Nancy and Beth, just hold up that end of the table. Okay. There we are. Now, better be good. Mother, what's the matter?
Well, I'm not quite sure where I am.
Mother, you're in your dining room. See, look, here's your chairs and your table. Oh, look, Mother, here's the china you got on your trip to England, remember? Oh, and the silver-handled carving knife. Father used to use it.
Oh, yes. Yes, but who are these people? I'm not quite sure who these people are.
Mother, it's me, Stuart, your son. And look, there's Fred and Ben and Nancy and Beth. See, we're all here, Mother.
I'll get the turkey. It might help her focus.
Yeah. Oh, and look, those are your grandchildren, Mother. Remember they ate at the children's table, and now they're all playing touch football. Oh, and here's the look at that turkey. Doesn't that look good? Ben. All right, Mother. Now I'm going to carve it just the way Father used to, and give you a small piece of the breast with. No.
with a dab of dressing, right? Just as always.
As always.
And let's see, Beth gets the wishbone, right? Fred gets the drumstick. Right. And Ben ends up with the Pope's nose, right, Ben?
Hey, save some for Mrs. Driscoll,
Oh, I do. Second joint for Mrs. Driscoll, right?
This is all very nice, but I think I'd like to go home.
Well, you are home, Mother. You've lived here for 52 years.
54.
Forever.
Thank you very much, but I really must be going.
Mother.
Will someone drive me home, please? I live at 18 Summer Street with my mother and my sisters.
Mother, we drove down there. It's not there anymore.
Thank you
It's a
very
big-
much for having me. Thank you for asking me to your home. It's been absolutely lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much. Absolutely lovely.
Mother,
Thank
I'm
you.
Fred, your son.
Oh, isn't that nice? Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been perfectly lovely.
What do we do?
Come on, my gloves. Now, where?
Oh, let's sing to her.
I can't sing.
Yes, come on. Remember, whenever she used to get upset, we always used to sing to her.
What songs? I don't remember any of the old songs.
Come on, Ben. Oh, orally. Come on, you remember orally, don't you?
I need
You do?
my
Oh,
hat
right.
and
Go
my
ahead and get
gloves.
started. Okay,
I
look.
need my
Oh, right, we're gonna
hat
sing.
and my gloves, dear.
As the blackbird in the spring, neath the
Willow tree, sat and piped, I heard him sing, sing of Oralee. Oralee, Oralee, made of golden hair. Sunshine came along with thee, and swallows in the
I
air.
love music. Every person in our family could play a different instrument.
Good. Let's do the chorus.
I remember Ben.
Oralee, Oralee, made of golden hair. Sunshine came along with thee, and swallows in the air.
That was absolutely lovely.
Well, thank you, Mother.
But now I simply must be going. Will you call my carriage, please? And someone find my hat and my gloves. I know I came in with them, and it's getting
Look,
very late.
Fred,
My mother gets
Ben,
nervous
we'll
if
drive
I'm not
down,
home
okay?
in
We'll
time.
show her the old house and the
Yeah, I
entrance to
know,
the Howard
I
Johnsons,
have
everything.
my gloves.
I'll bring the car around.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Okay, we'll get him for you, Alden.
Where would that go?
You just no, we just have to go through the motions now.
That's scary.
I know it.
Suddenly I feel so precarious.
Could happen to us all.
No, but it's as if we didn't exist. God, as if we were just ghosts or something. Even her own son, she just walked right by them.
But look who walked right by us.
You know what I would like?
What?
A good stiff drink.
Oh, I am with you.
Bet you Mrs. Driscoll could use a drink too.
I bet she could.
Let's go out and ask her, huh?
Mrs. Driscoll.
Let's.
All right.
Let's have a drink with Mrs. Driscoll. Dig into this turkey. Help her with the dishes. Then figure out how to get through the rest of this goddamn day. Mom? Mom, anybody home? See, I told you she isn't here.
Where is she?
She works at a boutique 4 days a week. My father's away in business in Atlanta or Denver or somewhere. Anyway, come on, I'll show you where they keep the liquor.
My mom is always there when I get home from school. Always.
Oh, bummer.
When she isn't, my grandmother comes in.
Oh, hey, the liquor's in the pantry.
Hey, neato.
What?
This room.
Oh, that's our dining room.
I know, but it's like viciously nice.
Hey, which you want, gin or vodka?
You decide.
Well, there's more more gin, so there's less chance they'll notice.
Gin then.
But the reason there's more gin is because I put water in it last week.
Vodka then.
Hey, I tell you what, we'll mix a little both, huh?
All right. Hey, do you use this room?
Oh, sure.
Special occasions, huh? Like when the relatives come to visit?
Every night.
Every night?
At least every night that they're both home.
Really?
Oh, sure. When they're both home, my father insists that we eat in the dining room at 7 o'clock. Here you go. Gin, vodka, and Fresca. The boys are bringing the pot.
Must be nice eating in here.
Oh, sure, you bet. You have to lug things out and lug things back, and no one can start until everything is cold. And you have to carry on a decent conversation, and everyone has to finish before anyone can get up, and it sucks if you want to know. It sucks out loud!
We eat in the kitchen.
Can you watch TV while you eat?
We used to. We used to watch the local news and weather.
That's something. At least you don't have to talk.
But now we can't watch it. My mom read in Family Circle that TV was bad at meals. So now we turn off the TV and turn on the stereo and listen to semi-classical music.
Well, my parents said they tried eating in the kitchen when I went away to boarding school, but when I got kicked out, they moved back in here. It's supposed to give me some sense of stability.
Do you think it does?
Oh, shit, no, it just makes me nervous. You know, they take the phone off the hook so no one can call. My brother gets all itchy about his homework. And when my sister had anorexia, she still had to sit in here and watch, for God's sakes. My parents spend the whole meal bitching, and it bites, if you want to know. It really bites. It bites the big one. Hey, you want another?
No, thanks.
Hey, call the boys and tell them it's all clear.
Hey, Sarah?
What?
When the boys come over, can we have our drinks in here?
In the dining room?
I mean, wouldn't it be cool sitting around the shiny table with Eddie and Dwayne drinking gin and vodka and Fresca?
No way. Absolutely no way. I get all uptight in here. Now, come on, let's call the boys. Boys in the dining room. Jesus, Helen, you really are a wimp sometimes.
I'm in here, Gordon. I made tea.
Tea?
Tea,
Oh, tea.
because I like it and love it. Or would you like a drink?
No, thanks.
Oh, go ahead, don't worry about me. I'm all over that. We even have it in the house and I never touch it.
No, thanks, Kate.
Well, then have tea. It's very good. It's Earl Grey.
I ought to be going.
Gordon, please have tea.
All right.
Thank
Tea in the dining room.
you. Where else? Oh, should we huddle guiltily over the kitchen table?
No.
Then tea in the dining room. What would you like? Lemon or milk?
Whatever.
Gordon,
Milk then, no sugar?
milk it is. Now, sit down for heaven's sakes.
Thought I heard a sound.
Oh, and what sound did you hear? A distant lawnmower? A faulty burglar alarm?
I thought I heard a car.
What, a car on this godforsaken street? Should we rush to the window, cheer, wave flags?
Go easy, Kate.
Well, I doubt very much that you heard a sound.
Stop.
The sound?
The car stop.
All right. You heard a car stop, but it's not Ed's car, is it? Because Ed, as you and I well know, is in Amsterdam or Rotterdam or who gives a damn until next Tuesday. Now sit down. Let's have tea, for heaven's sakes. Now, when can we meet again?
I heard a car door slam.
All right, that's because cars have doors and people, when they get really frustrated, feel like slamming them.
I'm going.
Oh, I see how it is. Quick tumble with the bored wife of your best friend.
Someone's at the front door.
No.
Yes, someone with a key.
Now you have to stay.
Mom?
Lord help us.
Oh, Mom.
Now you have to have tea.
Mom?
We're in the dining room, darling. Oh, darling, how did you get here?
I took a cab from the bus station.
Oh, you look marvelous, taller than ever now. Must say hello to Uncle Gordon.
Hi, Chris. Welcome home.
Hi.
What's this? Is this what they teach you at Deerfield? Not to shake hands, not to call people by name?
Hello, Uncle Gordon.
Hi, Chris.
But what brings you home, my love? I expected you Saturday.
I got honors.
Honors?
You get 2 days early if you get an over 85 average.
Oh, well, now you should have telephoned.
I wanted to surprise you.
I ought to be going.
You won't have more tea? Nonsense.
No.
Have some tea, Chris. Would you like some tea? Well, I was just having a nap, and Gordon stopped by. We thought we'd have tea. Have some tea, dear. Or a Coke. Have a Coke. Or shall I get you a beer? How about a beer for a big boy who gets honors?
No, thank you.
I've really got to go.
You won't have more tea?
Can't. Sorry.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye, Chris.
Bye.
I wanted to talk to me about stocks. I inherited some stock. He
Where's
thinks I
Dad?
should sell. He's in Europe, darling, as I think I wrote you. He'll be home Tuesday.
Mom.
What does that mean, pray tell? Oh, Mom. Well, I'd like to know, please, what that means. I happen to be having tea, Christopher. Happens to be a very old custom. Your grandmother used to have tea in this very dining room with the same china every afternoon. All sorts of people would stop by all the time. I'd come home from school and there she'd be, serving tea. It's a delightful old custom, sweetheart. Where are you going? I asked you a question. We don't just walk away. I am talking to you, Christopher. I am talking to you and I am your mother. Christopher!
Yeah. Oh, would you mind stepping up over here, Aunt Harriet? I want to see if I can get you in the late afternoon light.
Certainly, Tony. Now, I thought I'd use...
Wait. Okay, go.
Now, I thought I'd use this Irish linen placemat with matching napkin that my husband... Who is what? Oh, yeah, your great uncle. Inherited from his sister. Oh, this has to be washed and ironed each time it's used. Oh, and of course the silver, which was given to us as a wedding present by your great-grandmother. Oh, you see, 3-pronged fork, huh? Pistol-handled knives, huh? Spoon with rat tail back. Oh, all Williamsburg pattern, huh? And this is Staffordshire, as is the butter plate. All of this is bone, huh? And the wine glasses are early Steuben, but the goblets and the finger bowls are both Waterfords. Oh, none of this goes in the dishwasher, of course. Oh, it's all far too delicate for detergents, huh?
Finger bowls.
Oh, yes, my side of the family always use finger bowls between the salad and the dessert.
But could you show me how they work?
Oh, certainly, dear. Now, the maids would take away the salad plate like this, huh? And then they put the finger bowls down in front of us like this. Oh, and they would be filled approximately halfway with cool water. And, oh, there might be a little rose floating in it or a sliver of lemon.
Right.
Oh, and now, we'd have our napkins on our laps,
Okay.
of course. Huh? And then we'd dip our fingers into the bowl and gently. And then we'd wiggle them and shake them out. And then we'd dab them onto our lips. And we'd dab our lips. And then the maid would come and take them away. Oh, in would come a nice sherbet or a chocolate.
Oh,
mousse.
thank you, Aunt Harriet. That was just terrific.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, Tony, dear, tell me again what this was all for. I didn't quite understand over the telephone, huh?
Oh, well, it's a classroom project for Amherst.
Oh, my, a project. And what, pray tell?
Well, anthropology, actually.
Anthropology! Well, heavens! Now, Tony, dear, what does all that have to do with this, huh?
Oh, you see, we're studying the eating habits of various vanishing cultures. For example, I know someone's doing the Kikuyus of northern Kenya, and my roommate's doing the Cree Indians of Saskatchewan. Well, my professor suggested I do a documentary on us.
Us?
The wasps of northeastern United States.
I see.
Yeah, you can learn a lot about a culture from how it eats.
Such as what?
Here. Perfect. Take this out.
Oh, careful.
Finger bowl, for example. Now there you have an almost neurotic obsession with cleanliness, reflecting the guilt which comes with the last stages of capitalism. Or notice the unnecessary accumulation of glass and china, and the compulsion to display it all. Or the subtle heat of aggression in those pistol-handled knives, huh?
I think I'll have to ask you to leave, Tony.
Aunt Harriet.
I was going to ask you to stay for a cocktail, but now I won't.
Oh, come on, Aunt Harriet.
Out right now before I telephone long distance to your mother. Vanishing culture, my eye. I forbid you to mention my name in that classroom or show one glimpse of my personal property. And you can tell that professor of yours I got a good mind to drive up to Amherst with this pistol-handled butter knife on the seat beside me and cut off his anthropological balls! Vanishing culture, the nerve of that professor. Just wait till I get him by those balls. You will...
Where are you going now, Daddy?
I thought your mother might like a drink.
She's reading to the children.
That's why she might want one.
She wants no such thing, Dad.
Well, then I want one.
Now it's not even 5.
Then why don't we go see how the Red Sox are doing?
Daddy, stop.
Stop what?
Avoiding me. Ever since I've arrived, we haven't been able to talk.
Good Lord, what do you mean? It seems to me everyone's been talking continuously and simultaneously since the moment you got off the plane.
Alone, Daddy. I mean alone, and you know I mean alone.
All right, we'll talk. In here. It's a good place to talk. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day.
I love this room. I've always loved it. Always.
Your mother and I still use it now and then. Well, once a week, Mrs. Robinson comes in and cooks us a nice meal, and we have it in here. Still, lamb chops, broilers.
I've left him, Daddy.
Well, now a little vacation never.
I've left him permanently.
Permanently is a very long word, Meg.
I can't live with him, Dad. We don't get along at all.
You may think that now, but
Can we live here, Dad?
here,
For a few months,
with 3 small children.
while I work out my life.
What time is it? It's a little after 5. I think the sun is over the yardarm by now, don't you? Or if it isn't, it should be. I think it's almost permissible for you and me to have a little drink, Meg.
Can we stay here, Dad?
Make us a drink, Maggie.
All right.
Now, I'd like scotch, sweetheart. Make it reasonably strong. You'll find that little silver measuring gizmo in the drawer by the trays. 2 shots and a splash of water. And I like that big glass with the pheasant on it, and not too much ice.
All right.
I saw Mimi Mott the other day. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dad.
There she was, being a good sport with her 3rd husband. Her 3rd, who's deaf as a post, and extremely disagreeable. I took her aside and I said, "Can you hear me?"
I'm listening, Dad.
I took her aside and I said, Now, Mimi, tell me the truth. Don't you think if you had made half as much effort with your first husband as you've made with the last two, you might still be married to him? I asked her that point blank. And do you know what she said? Maybe. That's exactly what she said. Maybe if she had made an effort.
That's your generation,
Well, that's
Dad.
every generation.
It's not mine.
Every generation has to make an effort.
I won't go back to him, Dad. I want to be here.
I wanted the glass with the pheasant on it.
I think the kids used it.
Oh.
So can we stay here, Dad?
I sleep in your room now. Your mother kicked me out because I snore. We use the boys' room to watch television.
I'll use the guest room.
And the children?
They can sleep upstairs in the maid room.
No, we closed those off because of the oil bills.
I don't care. We'll work it out, please.
Give it another try first.
No.
Another try.
No. He's got someone else, Dad. She's living there right now. She's moved in.
I'll fly back there and kick her out.
Dad.
Meg, I'm serious. You don't know this, but that's what your mother did. One time I became romantically involved with Mrs. Schumacher. We took a little trip together to Sea Island, and your mother caught wind of it. Came right down there and told Betty Schumacher to get on the next train. That's all there was to it. That's what you need to do. Tell this woman to go peddle her papers elsewhere. We'll sit with the children while you do it.
I've got someone too, Dad.
You mean you've had a little fling?
I've been going with someone.
A little fling.
I'm living with him.
And where was your husband?
He stayed with his girl.
And the children?
They came and went.
It sounds a little complicated.
It is, Dad. That's why I needed to come home.
Let's review the bidding, may we? Do you plan to marry this new man?
No.
You're not in love with him?
No, he's already married anyways.
So he's decided that he loves his wife.
No.
But you've decided that you're not in love with him.
Yes.
Or your husband.
Yes.
And your husband has fallen in love with someone else.
He lives with someone else.
And your children, my grandchildren, they come and go among these various households.
Yes, sort of. Yes.
It sounds extremely complicated.
It is, Daddy. It really is.
Well, then it seems to me the first thing you do is simplify things. That's the first thing. Ask the man you're living with to leave, and sue your husband for divorce. But you hold on to the house and keep the children in their present
There's
schools.
someone else, Dad.
Someone else?
Someone else entirely.
A third person.
Yes.
What was the name of that film that your mother and I liked so much? The Third Man.
It's not a man, Dad.
It's not a man.
It's a woman.
Woman.
I've been involved with a woman, Dad, but it's not working out, and I don't know who I am. And I need to touch base. I want to be here.
I think I'll get a repair. Would you like a repair? I'll take your class and make us both repairs.
I'm all mixed up, Dad. I'm all over the ballpark. I've been seeing a crisis counselor, and I've taken a part-time job, and I'm jogging 2 miles a day, and none of it's working. I want to start again, Dad. I want to take my children to the zoo, and the park lake, and the art gallery, and do all the things that you and Mother used to do with all of us. I want to start again, Dad. I want to start all over again.
I made one for your mother. And I found the glass with the pheasant on it. In the trash. Someone broke it. Now why don't we go and enjoy a drink with your mother, see if we can't get the children to sit quietly while we do.
You don't want us here, do you, Dad?
Of course we do, sweetheart. A week, 10 days, you're most welcome.
I can't go back, Dad.
Neither can I, sweetheart. Neither can I.
What's the matter, Mother?
I don't know whether to eat or not. Your father and I were sitting in the living room having a perfectly pleasant cocktail when all of a sudden that stupid telephone rang and he's been holed up in the bedroom talking away.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. I just don't know. I think it's someone from the club.
Are we eating or not?
Simply don't know. Well, I don't know whether to go ahead or not, Bertha. Mr. Thatcher is still on that telephone.
Oh, can we restart the soup?
I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, let's wait 5 more minutes, huh, Bertha?
Yes, Mrs.
Oh, honestly, that stupid telephone, I could wring its neck. It should be banned. It should be outlawed between 6 and 8 in the evening.
I've got to go.
Go where?
Go out.
You mean you can't even sit down and have some of Bertha's nice celery soup?
I can't even finish my cocktail. Something very bad has happened.
Bertha, would you mind very much putting the soup back in the saucepan on a low flame? We'll call you when we're ready. On earth is the matter?
Henry was insulted down at the club.
Insulted?
Uncle Henry?
Binky Byers made a remark in the steam bath.
Oh, no.
What did he say, Dad?
Yeah, what did he say,
I
Dad?
believe I was speaking to your mother. Binky made a remark in the steam bath, and apparently a number of the newer members laughed. Well, poor Henry was so upset he had to put on his clothes and leave. He just telephoned me from Mother's.
Oh, no.
Well, I telephoned the club and spoke to several members who had been in the steam bath. They confirmed the incident. Oh, and then I asked to speak to Binky, and he refused to come to the telephone. So I've got to do something about it.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Won't you tell us what he said to Uncle Henry, Dad?
I will not. I will not dignify the remark by repeating
Oh,
it.
come on, Dad, we're not babies.
Oh, yes, Standish, really.
He said, Claire, I want you to leave the room.
Why? I'm older. She should know. Everyone should know. We're not quite ready yet, huh, Bertha? Now go on, Standish. Be frank. This is a family.
Mr. Byers made an unfortunate remark having to do with your Uncle Henry's private life.
I think you have to be a little more specific, dear.
Mr. Byers, who had obviously been drinking since early afternoon, approached your Uncle Henry in the steam bath and alluded in very specific terms to his personal relationships.
What personal relationship?
His associations in the outside world.
I don't get it.
Darling, Mr. Byers must have made some unnecessary remarks about your Uncle Henry's bachelor attachments.
You mean Uncle Henry is a fruit?
I won't have that word in this house.
Not in school, dear.
I don't care if you got it from God. I will not have it in this house. The point is, my own brother was insulted at his club.
Well, what can you do, dear?
I'm going down there.
To your mother's?
To the club. I'm going to demand a public apology from Binky in front of the entire grill.
But if he won't even come to the telephone...
I'll find him.
Oh, Standish.
But I have to.
Oh, Daddy!
I can't just let the remark
Can I
stand.
come with you, Dad?
You may not. I want you home with your mother.
Oh, Standish, for heaven's sake.
No arguments, please.
But Binky Byers is half your age and twice your size.
Well, it makes no difference.
I think he was on the boxing team at Dartmouth.
No difference whatsoever.
Well, what about your bad shoulder? What about your hernia?
I'm sorry. I imagine I shall be seriously hurt. But I can't stand idly by.
Oh, Daddy, please don't go.
But
The lamb will be overdone, Mrs.
Oh, and it's a beautiful lamb, Standish.
now listen to me. All of you. And you too, Bertha. Now there is nothing I'd rather do in this world than sit down here with all of you now and enjoy some of Bertha's fine celery soup, followed by a leg of lamb with mint sauce and roast potatoes. Am I right about the sauce and potatoes?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now there is nothing I'd rather do than that. But I have to forego it. My own brother was insulted at his club. And that means our family has been insulted. Yes, that means these chairs, this table, this room, and all of us in it, including you, Bertha, have been treated with scorn. And so if I stayed here now, if I sat down with all of you here, I wouldn't be able to laugh. I wouldn't be able to converse. I wouldn't be able to correct your grammar, David. I couldn't enjoy your fine meal, Bertha. I couldn't even kiss my handsome wife goodbye. Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye, Winky.
Goodbye, Daddy.
Goodbye, David.
So long, Dad. Good luck.
Goodbye, Bertha.
Goodbye, sir. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, of course we can't eat now, Bertha. Have something yourself and let people raid the icebox later on.
Yes, Miss.
And the children can have lamb hash on Saturday.
Yes, Miss.
David, you and I will drive down to the club and wait for the outcome in the visitors' lounge.
Okay, Mother.
So get a book, get a good book, get Ivanhoe. We could be quite a while.
Okay.
Claire, I want you to stay here and hold the fort.
All right.
Get Dr. Russell on the phone. I don't care if he's having dinner or in the operating room. Tell him to be at the club to give your father first aid.
All right.
And then study your French.
Mother?
Oh, what, for heaven's sake?
Is it true about Uncle Henry?
Well, it may be, sweetheart, but we don't say it to him, and we don't say it at the club, and we do not say it within a 10-mile radius of your father. Now, goodbye.
Talking here, no one will disturb us. No one comes near a dining room anymore. The thought of sitting down with a number of intelligent and attractive people to enjoy good food, well prepared and properly served. Well, apparently that doesn't occur to people anymore. Nowadays, people eat standing up. In kitchens, living rooms, balancing their plates like jugglers. Pretty soon they'll be eating in bathrooms. Well, why not simplify the process considerably?
Why don't you sit down somewhere, Pop?
I'll sit here. We can look out. There's a purple finch. Comes to the feeder every evening. Brings his young. Now, I want to go over my funeral with you.
Oh, Pop.
Now, I want to do this. There's only a few more apples left in the barrel for me.
You've been saying that for years, Pop.
Yeah, well, this time it's true. So I want to do this, please. You're my eldest son. Can't do it with anybody else. Your mother always starts crying. Your brother isn't here, and your sister, she gets distracted. So concentrate, please, on my funeral.
All right, Pop.
First, this is my obituary for both newspapers. I dictated it to Miss Kovac down at the office. I read over it twice. It's what I want. It's thorough without being self-congratulatory. I cover my business career, my civic commitments, of course my family. I even touch upon my recreational life. Look, I give my lowest score in golf and the weight of that sailfish I caught off the Keys. Now, the newspapers are going to cut both items. Don't you let them.
All right, Pop.
I also want them to print this picture. It was taken on me when I was elected to chair the Symphony Drive. I think it will do. I don't look too young to die, nor so old that it won't make any difference.
All right, Pop.
Yeah. Now, I want the funeral service to be announced at the end of the obituary, and I want it to take place in 3 days' time. See, that'll give people time to postpone their trips and adjust their appointments. And I want it to take place at 3:30 in the afternoon. See, that'll give people time to digest their food, and it won't obligate us to serve them dinner. Notice that I've underlined the word church. Now, Mr. Fairweather may try and squeeze the service into the chapel. Don't you let him. I've lived in this city my whole life. I know a great number of people, and I want them to be seated and to feel comfortable. If you see people milling about, go right up to them. Find them a place, even if you have to use folding chairs. Now, are we clear on that?
Yes, Pop.
Yeah. Now, I've listed the following works to be played by Mrs. Manchester on the organ. This Bach, this Handel, this Schubert. All lively, you'll notice. Nothing gloomy, nothing grim. And I want the funeral service to start promptly with a good rousing hymn. Onward, Christian soldiers. Then Fairweather may make a few brief, underlined brief, remarks about my life and works. Do you plan to speak, by the way?
Me?
Yes, you. Do you plan to say anything?
Well, I hadn't thought, Pop.
Well, don't if you don't want to. Nothing more uncomfortable than a reluctant or unwilling speaker. On the other hand, if you, as my eldest son, should want to get to his feet and say a few fond words of farewell.
Of course I will, Pop.
Oh, good. I'll pencil you in. A few brief remarks by my son, Richard. Any idea what you're going to say?
No, Pop.
You won't get sentimental, will you? See, Brad Hoffmeister's son got up the other day and made a few very sentimental remarks about Brad. I didn't like it. I don't think Brad would have liked it.
No, I won't get sentimental, Pop.
Yeah, good. But, on the other hand, you're not going to make any wisecracks, are you?
Pop,
Well, you have that tendency, Dick. And Marcy's wedding and your brother's birthday, you got up and made some very flip remarks about all of it.
I'm sorry, Pop.
Smart guy stuff. Too smart, in my opinion. If you plan to say anything like that, you might as well not say anything at all.
I won't make any cracks, Pop, I promise.
Because you love us, don't you?
Yes, Pop.
You love us. You may live 1,000 miles away. You may have run off every summer, and you may be a terrible letter writer, but you love us just the same, don't you? You love me?
Yes, Pop, of course.
Fine. Now, at the burial site, just the immediate family. I want to be buried beside my brothers and below my mother and father. And leave room beside me for your mother. If she gets married again, still leave room. She'll come back in the end.
All right, Pop.
And after the service, invite everybody back here. Stay close to your mother. She always gets nervous at any kind of gathering, makes bad decisions. Well, for example, don't go let her serve the good beef eater's gin if she's just going to let people mix it with tonic water. You know? And after everyone's left, sit with her for a while. Stay in the house. Don't leave for a few days. Promise?
I promise, Pop.
Good. And that is my funeral service. I'm leaving you this room, you know, when I go. Well, after your mother's gone. This table and these chairs, they go to you. It's the finest thing that I could leave you by far.
Thank you, Pop.
Now, I'll put this envelope in my safety deposit box on top of my will and the stock certificates, and I'll leave the key in my left bureau drawer. Now, let's go rejoin your mother, huh? Oh. You didn't get a chance to see the purple finch.
Oh, yes, I did, Pop.
You did? While I was speaking?
That's right, Pop.
Good. I'm glad you got a chance to see it.
Oh, Annie, it looks absolutely spectacular. Thank you, Mrs. Now make sure the soup plates are hot.
I always do, Mrs.
But I think we could dispense with butterballs. Just give everyone a nice square of butter, Annie.
I'll do butterballs,
Oh,
Mrs.
good for you, how nice.
Now keep an eye on the ashtrays, Annie, because people still smoke between courses, but they don't like to be reminded of it.
I know, Mrs.
Now let's see. Oh, before people arrive, I want to pay you. I think it's in the kitchen. Hold on. Here we go, for you and for Velma in the kitchen. Now, it includes your taxi, so you both can just leave right after you've cleaned up.
Thank you, Mrs.
Now, there's a little extra in yours, Annie. It's just a present, because you've been so helpful to the family over the years.
Thank you, Mrs.
I better go check on the living room.
Yes, Mrs.
Oh, Annie, I heard some strange news through the grapevine. Mrs. Rowman told me that you won't be available anymore.
No, Mrs.
Well, not even for us, Annie. We've used you more than anyone.
I'm retiring, Mrs.
Oh, well, surely special occasions. I mean, if we're really desperate, can I still reach you at your nephew's?
He's moving away, Mrs.
Oh, but what will you do? Where will you go?
I've got my sister in Milwaukee, Mrs.
Oh, but we'll be lost without you.
You'll manage, Mrs.
Oh, not like this. We'll never match this.
Thank you, Mrs.
Oh, I think I heard the bell.
I'll
No,
get it,
remember,
Mrs.
women's coats upstairs, men's in the hall closet.
Yes, Mrs.
Annie?
Yes, Mrs.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Mrs.
Lately, I've had this recurrent dream. We're giving a perfect party. We have our dining room back, and grandmother's silver before it was stolen, and Charlie's mother's royal blue dinner plates before the movers dropped them. And even the finger bowls if I knew where they were. And we've invited all our favorite people. Oh, I don't mean just our old friends. I mean everyone we've ever known and liked. We'd have the man who fixes our Toyota. Oh, and that intelligent young couple who bought the Peyton place, and the receptionist at the doctor's office, and the new teller at the bank. And our children would be invited too. And they'd all come back from wherever they are. And we'd have 2 cocktails and hot hors d'oeuvres and a first-rate cook in the kitchen and 2 maids to serve, and everyone would get along famously. My husband laughs when I tell him about this dream. Do you realize, he says, what a party like that would cost? Do you realize what we have to pay these days for a party like that? Oh, I know. I know all that. But sometimes, I think it might almost be worth it.
Come on in. Come on in.
Thank you for handling things after. Oh, I'm so glad you came. I was worried that you guys were traveling with
Sit down. Oh, yes.
Oh, we were great. I did it. Oh, Annie did most of it.
See, she you're gonna miss her.
Yes, tiring.
to all of us.
See you, church.